The meeting is called to order. It is April 1st. We're in London today of the Gilliam County Court. The meeting is called to order. A quorum is established. We do have Commissioner Watkins and myself. Commissioner Wilkins was planning to appear remotely due to a tour in Sherman County that he's attending. But he hasn't joined yet. He may join later. So we do have a quorum of the two of us. We will now have the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome. I wrote my notes today, and what I wrote down was positivity, hope for the future, great things are happening. That's really how I feel. So good things are happening. Are there any additions or revisions to the agenda?
So I would just like to pull 4.1 out of the consent agenda. And then if we have to wait till Brent gets online to approve that.
Okay. And we will move it down to new business.
Okay.
All right. 3.0 correspondence public comment. Individuals wishing to address the county court may do so at this time or at other times throughout the meeting. Speakers are asked to raise their hand to be recognized by the chair, give their name and city, and limit their comments to 3 minutes. Is there any public comment in person? Is there any public comment online? No. Okay. In your packets, you will find item 3.1, Treasurer's Report. Our treasurer isn't present here, but do we have any questions regarding the treasurer's report?
I just wonder why, how come there keeps showing that another outstanding deposit on that one account?
3848.
Yeah.
It's the same outstanding deposit. So the large one is the same. The second deposit, I'm not sure
Why that's
changed
there.
or why it,
Show that. Okay.
yeah, showed up for this month, but the outstanding one is so regardless for which we're making no evidence of that as of this time. So I think it'll remain outstanding until that gets adjusted.
Until they can figure out how to fix it.
See.
Okay.
Would there be any need for us to ask the treasurer to come in if he's here in the building today?
No, that's
That
the
was
only
it.
thing that I found.
Okay.
That there was
And then
still the old one, but then there was another one. So
yeah.
Okay. Item 3.2, update on audit Caselle, including Marina and Company, who are helping us with the conversion issues and preparing for audit. Would you like to address, or would you like me just to go over the notes right now? Just wanted to give an update. That initial meeting took place. Brooklyn met with Marina and Company. The engagement letter was signed. That initial meeting took place on Monday. All information has been shared with Marina and Company that they need to get started, and they're going to begin with bank reconciliations. That's where they believe they need to start and get that resolved. The way communication will work, there will be weekly meetings. So there won't be a meeting this Monday, but the next Monday, and hopefully we'll have an update on the bank reconciliations at that point. Also, just as a reminder, they will address us as a county court by Zoom anytime we ask them to, if we wanted to ask for our own updates, to hear from them directly. So
mostly when they start finding things that they can share with us.
I'm hoping, I mean, 2 weeks from now, I'm hoping we'll get hopefully a larger update, more progress.
Yeah.
So right now you're just sharing files with them. They haven't had to come out here.
No.
They all work remotely. Their office is there in Tualatin, but they are remote workers, around Oregon.
Can you come up, Brooklyn? Sorry.
Yelly.
You look fine.
Not
about my
looks,
looks, I
just hold it for a second. I know, we just wanna make sure people can hear you.
They're remote workers, so they don't have like a main office, and they didn't think this the initial time that they needed to come out or that I needed to travel to their office. When we met Monday, we really were just going over all the documentation that I uploaded, which is everything that I have. So at this point, until they request something additional from me, they have everything that they should need to start, aside from some big reconciliations for this fiscal year, but they're starting in 24, so that's gonna get there. And then
So they're
they
going.
have access to Caselle.
We did the audit of 2023, 24, and then they're just going forward to the conversion and everything. Okay.
So the June, well, it'd be July 1st, 24 forward, right?
Yeah. Well, July 24 has been. Right, yes, you're right. Yeah, I'm like, where are we right now? Yes, yes, FY 25 and FY 26 are
It'd
what
be
they're
more,
focusing on,
it'd be
because
way
FY
more,
24 has
less
been
confusing
audited.
if the county just ran on a yearly level instead of.
Fiscal year. Please, we have a normal fiscal year, not one of those October to September
Right.
or May to May or whatever, but they have full access to Caselle. They've got their own account, so they can get into the same hosted environment that I can, pull all the same reports. They don't have that access to Chavs, but if they need things from Chavs, I can get that to them.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you very much. All right. 3.3, update on relocation of Cedar Springs Lane. Do we have Commissioner Wilkins joining yet?
Oh, Kelly, on the last thing you were talking about, Kelly Smith said sometimes credit card payments for property taxes can show up as outstanding deposits while processing through the banking system.
Okay.
That was a comment she made. So,
Oh,
Grant's here.
okay.
Okay. Let's see. Still mute. It's muted, but. I've asked him to unmute.
Okay.
Oh, there, I think he just did. There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
So, Commissioner Wilkins is remote, and he's going to be, do you have your feet under you? Have you been listening to the rest of the meeting, or do you need a moment?
I
You
just
guys-
got on. My internet connection here is dropping out, so
Okay.
yeah.
Just didn't want to rush you. If you wanted to address item 3.3, if you're ready, on update on the relocation of Cedar Springs Lane. Are you prepared?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Sure.
Just let you know that the wetland delineation report for Cedar Springs Lane relocation was approved. So we have, our next thing is, of course, pursuing options to for the wetlands, how we're going to handle that. And with my meeting last Wednesday with Nate Stice, he thought it was not really a big deal. We still have to do it, but it's doable. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So this report has been sent on to Andy with Anderson and Perry. My recommendation to the court is that with discussions with Dewey Kennedy, that we pursue the acquiring the land for Mr. Hosapple and get that in the works. There's some things we need to do, but I think at this point that is where the direction we need to head, and continuing to work on our mitigation too.
Uh-huh.
So what would, exactly do you mean about the acquiring the land, the whole piece down there where the wetlands is?
The
Or it's
wetland,
right
the,
away?
the right of way area that we're gonna need. And Mr. Hosapple said that he's willing to donate that to the county court. We just need to remove however much land we take. He would like to be, take that off his property taxes.
Mhm.
But they do have Dewey said they have the drawing, and everything. And, I mean, that's going to we're going to have to get that in the works from Anderson Perry to get actually everything spelled out for us and the description so that, we can get that to Mr. Hosapple. But I mean, we have to get the Jeremy, legal counsel also, we just need to start heading that direction. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's.
So
So they
Okay.
would just use the legal description off of the survey for the purposes of deeding it over to the county.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, of course we need to get the property to keep the ball rolling. And I think we're at that point now. We have a plan. We just need to figure out for sure which way we're going to mitigate the couple wetlands and everything. But this is going to take a little bit too, so of time. So we need to get this going. That's my recommendation.
Okay. I
We're
think
just-
that. What's your input? I think that he needs to continue to pursue, the processes he's laid out.
Yeah, because the only thing they would need, I think, for the purposes of deeding it would be the legal description. And if they have
Correct.
that. Then
Yeah.
they have that from the survey.
Yeah.
It
And
should be easy peasy.
Right.
I
So,
hope.
so you can communicate with legal counsel to move this forward on acquiring the land.
yes. And like I say, the biggest thing is, getting the legal counsel, everything sent to Mr. Hosapple to make him to what he would like, how he wants everything wrote up and stuff, and go forward.
Yeah.
It'll take a little bit, but yeah, we just need to head that direction.
And formal action to come back to the county court once it's finalized, so, yes.
Yes.
All right. That sounds good, and you summarized it well. I also met with Nate Stice, that day, last Wednesday. He's the Governor's Office Regional Solutions, and he also reiterated the same thing to me, that the wetlands mitigation should not be complicated in his view. Then the next day, we received approval of the delineation report from the state, which was a very positive first step. That could have taken a lot more time than it actually did. And it was good for Nate to see the road and see what was going on. He does have experience with this as well and can help us through it. So
Yeah,
that's good.
and
So,
we were also held up by a train, so I
oh, we gotta see that.
thought that was
huh?
kind of ironic. So
Good. That's good.
Well, that's.
I'm not saying it's good, but.
Because the day that we took the tour down there, we went right through the tracks and there was no train, so it's like.
Okay, thank you very much, Commissioner Wilkins. Okay. 3.4. This is a big one. A letter from the U.S. Department of Commerce regarding MCEDD boundary modification. This was 11 years in the making. We have received final approval that the boundary change has been modified to include Gilliam County in the Mid-Columbia Economic Development District. So we're very excited, very positive about this opportunity that we will have to work directly with MCEDD. I have a call at 1 o'clock today with Jessica Mehta, the executive director, to talk about next steps. So that's where we are with that. All right. Consent agenda. As was discussed earlier in the meeting, 4.1 has been removed from the consent agenda. So items on the consent agenda are 4.2, consider approval of regular meeting minutes for March 4th, 2026. 4.3, consider approval of regular meeting minutes for March 18th, 2026. And 4.4, consider approval of contract between Gilliam County and Community Counseling Solutions to formalize the relationship for financing of community health programs under the Oregon Health Authority agreements.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay. Under unfinished business. 5.1, update on planning director recruitment. Good news. We have 4 applications. Oh, we're very, very happy. It happened suddenly. We have interviews scheduled. We have a panel. We have planning expertise, planning commission expertise on the interview panel. They are taking place on April 13th,
Yep.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. So there's been a good response and we're very happy with that. So that's the update there.
So is that, are you sitting through those interviews?
I plan to.
Okay.
Do you have other thoughts?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
And did you get is there a couple of them on from the planning commission or
We have one.
one? Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
I was just kind of
Mhm.
addressing, Les Ward's
Mhm.
request.
Yeah.
And then a couple staff members. How many do you have?
We have 4. Yes.
Mhm.
Do you want to know what we're thinking? That we reached out to Dan Meter, who asked, who said he could help. The reason is he helped Sherman County on their interview panel.
Yeah.
And he knows the planning world. We have Stephanie Case, city boardman, who's currently doing planning. We have myself and we have Aaron Hyden, planning commission.
Sounds like.
If we need to do something different, let me know.
No,
We need to add someone.
that sounds fine to me.
Okay, all right,
Sounds good.
all right. And we did receive a resignation from someone on the planning commission, so we'll have an opening. That just happened this week. Give Wilkins. All right, that brings me to a question though. Which I didn't add this to the agenda. This is just a question. Because of the applicant pool and the potential promise there. We had previously advertised for an economic development HR position. And I'm wondering if we would want to consider opening that up again. We want to give that a little bit of thought and see how this goes.
Yeah, let's get our planner in place first.
Okay. Okay. Because we might have an opportunity for somebody else that maybe interviews that might be a good fit. If we open up the other or others. I just was very surprised with the outcome. We must have done something right, or the timing was right. To get some interest in this one. That's gonna be a little hard to fill. Just didn't want to miss an opportunity. So, okay.
Do you know where the applicants, where they found the job application from?
No, but we were going to ask that question when they're interviewed.
Yeah.
And so to ask, you know, what publication might you have heard this through? So in the future, we're gonna know what's effective.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll add that to a future agenda, the next agenda.
Yeah.
Right. Housing study. All right. Do you want to come up and talk with us about this, or are you just here to listen? Rob?
I can come up.
Come on up and we'll just have a conversation, okay? Don't want to put you on the spot.
Oh, I've been on the spot.
Okay, so. These are my thoughts right now. I was asked to approach PCDC and see if they would be interested in being the entity that manages the study. And we had a conversation and, you know, I don't know if it was like capacity or, you know, the initial response was, we really don't want to be the entity. I don't want to, you know, I can allow you to address it too. But in the meantime, a PCDC board member said, oh, I think we might be interested in it. So I'm getting a few mixed reviews on that. So what are you thinking?
My thought process for the housing study was, I think we need to have an outside look
Yes,
that, because we can get very caught up in our own ideas of what we need, which may or may not be
I agree
what
with you.
demographics and other things might dictate that we're gonna need. And as far as, you know, Pioneer running it,
Mhm.
that would be the only thing, that's my concern.
Well, the way if we do pursue this, I think we all agree that it would be an outside entity, you know, a firm or a company that specializes in studies.
So
That
you,
would do it. If we just need an entity to manage it. One of the reasons is because we don't have a planning director, and typically if a county does a study, it's through the planning department. So that's the other thing is that I want to clarify. I reached out to the city of Arlington just to make sure they're on board. And the city of Arlington also got a few mixed signals from, you know, the mayor as opposed to a council member. So I am going to attend the city council meeting for the city of Arlington on April 8th. So it's next Wednesday, just to determine if they're interested in this. We're gonna do it. I think we need to be sure both communities are on board. And if they aren't, then it needs just to be here to the south end, which seems to have interest.
my question is, I'm a little confused as to if the county goes to an outside entity to do this study, how would PCDC be managing that study?
You'd be working with that. The way I view it, and I don't know how you do, but I can see the county providing the funding. PCDC would be working with that entity to deliver the study based on the needs of both communities. Reaching out to both communities to determine what is the scope of the study? What types of grants are we looking for to apply for out of this study? What are the goals of the study to make sure we're getting the results we need?
So you're saying that you're looking for us to provide that feedback to the outside entity.
Yes,
I don't know why we wouldn't be able to do that.
okay,
But as far as
yeah,
doing the study,
no,
that's,
not at all.
you know, I think we really need a different eye on it to.
Right, and I think that may have been a communication between you and I. I didn't convey my question correctly, so I think we're all on the same page there.
Okay, no, as far as what we're trying to achieve, you know, we're happy
Okay, good.
to provide,
Mhm.
you know, the feedback that they need as far as. And the board also, has indicated that targeting very specific things, make sure that we get what we want for the money
Mhm.
and not just some, you know, broad, you know, thing.
Specifics,
Yeah,
yeah, okay. Do you want to go to the city council meeting in Arlington together?
when is that?
It's Wednesday, next Wednesday evening.
That is-
Or you could appear by remotely too. You wouldn't have to drive to Arlington.
Yeah, it's at nighttime.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would rather
Okay.
Zoom. I don't
Okay.
do well at
Okay.
night driving.
that's okay. That's okay.
And one other thing I wanted to, let the court know is I did have a meeting yesterday with two gentlemen from Brookfield Renewable regarding the potential for the Saddle View wind farm.
Mhm.
And so we now have a connection, and obviously they've got a long way to go permit wise and all different kinds of things, but from a housing standpoint,
Mhm.
I'll be their, contact person, and
Right,
we'll stay in touch with them
good,
as the project goes along.
good.
And I did, give them some ideas of, what we might need, especially what Arlington might need.
Mhm.
And it would obviously require a lot from Arlington as well,
Right,
but they're talking 230 construction workers
Yes.
over the 2-year period.
right, it's a lot,
And that's a lot, it's a
Mhm.
lot of people.
right,
And, I think we really finally need to get to that RV park,
right.
that, large RV park that can handle these folks. Cause I assume the county is open to doing
Right.
other future,
Right.
projects.
Mhm.
So anyway, I just wanted
Thank
to
you.
let you know that, I made first contact with them, and, we're gonna stay connected going forward.
Did you take part in the last county court meeting when Brookfield presented? Were you online? I don't know if you
I
were.
don't think so.
Okay, they presented to us and we were told by Stephanie Case, the planning department, that if the conditional use includes housing as part of the project, then we have more flexibility for temporary housing in it. We started to have some conversations and some talks about some construction housing that made me think about the industrial park again. And
So that would, their project would have to include,
as long as the conditional use included in temporary housing, it opens more options up for us to have more flexibility with that temporary housing. It's not as restrictive.
okay,
That's
Yeah,
way
that's what
remember
I
it being
got,
said.
cause potentially a rancher, farmer nearby could open up a piece of property.
Mhm. Yeah, so we have that in the works and thinking about that as well.
good.
So we'll
Yeah,
keep talking about that.
it not only could serve, the temporary workers, it could also serve, the needs of people in Arlington.
Mhm. Right,
Anyway, so
okay.
that's all I know.
So what I'm hearing is that ECDC would be interested in being the managing entity of the survey or the study, not the entity that does the study. You would work with the firm.
I would work with them, but we're not gonna be the managing entity.
Yeah.
The firm is gonna be the managing
Exactly.
entity.
Right,
Like I said, we can provide, I can answer questions for them, and sure the board would be happy to get involved in that as well.
Mhm.
But I don't know why we would manage a project that we're paying them to do.
No, yeah, wrong word. Let me rephrase.
Yeah, we would be
You're
happy.
gonna be the intermediary
Yeah.
between
We're
the
gonna
firm.
coordinate.
You're gonna coordinate. There you
Yes.
go. Thank you. You're gonna coordinate.
Right.
Yeah, because we definitely we need this done. We need it done right. One of the really good resources for us is going to be Laurel County and the city of Boardman, who've already been through this. What were the steps they went through? Did they do an RFP? How did they go through the steps? So we can talk about how to get through this
Okay.
going forward.
If you could, Anya, maybe send me an email as to time of that council meeting next
Sure.
week.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I remember.
Right. And then the other thing that I'm hearing is that. Yeah, sorry, just the city of Arlington issue. We need to be sure they're part of this and,
Do we have any, feeling as to whether or not they wanna be part of this?
Well, they did invite us to the meeting to address this, as a whole. So I think that's positive. I do believe that in Morrow County, there were some communities that participated and some that didn't in it, so. These really are city issues.
Right,
We need to make sure they're on board.
okay, well,
Okay.
I'll be there.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other input virtually on the housing study? No, okay, all right. Okay, 6.1. Consider, the bills pending review, that was pulled off of the consent agenda. Do you have any questions regarding the bills? Okay,
So I don't think, Brent, you weren't online when I pulled that.
you want to
Is
explain?
he still?
Are you still there?
Yes,
Okay,
So, Watkins Auto Care is on the list and I am an owner in that, so I had Chris pull it, so I won't vote on it.
on the bills pending. Okay,
so you're gonna vote on everything except for that one?
Yeah, cause we already did the consent agenda, so I
Yeah.
just wanna abstain from that vote.
so you want to bounce back to that, Judge?
Yes,
4 point, okay.
yes, so it's 4.1.
Okay. Also move to approve the bills pending review for March of 2026.
I will second the motion. Is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And I'll just be abstain. Okay, thank you. Right. 6.1, consider approval of Gilliam County Transportation Vehicle Purchase. Mr. Lake, come on up.
Thank you for having me today. I'm Todd Lake. I'm the Director of County Transportation. What I'm addressing today is as part of our STIP funding for this STIP plan we have in place, it's been approved. We had funding for 2 vehicles, non-EDA, to replace 2 vehicles that are excessive to 100,000 mile useful life and the 4-year useful life. I have 2 Siennas. Both of them are 2018s. One is at approximately 140,000. The other one is over 200,000 miles. They've both been running strong for us, but it is time to replace them. I have provided the court with a packet that had the 3 local Toyota dealerships quotes for those vehicles. I was looking at replacing them with the Toyota Highlander, but was informed that the Highlander is going to be out of service after and not available. They're not making any more of them. The Grand Highlander is replacing it. So that's why the quotes you have are for the Grand Highlander. And we are looking at quotes from Columbia Gorge Toyota, Rogers Toyota, and Kendall Toyota. I included a chart that just went over the basic totals. And Rogers Toyota and Hermiston came in at the lowest at $50,100.92 for each vehicle. Our funding is in the STIF fund is for 60,000, which will include any licensing that needs to be
My
done.
question is, this budget year,
Yes,
we have it budgeted?
yes,
Okay.
yes, I do have it in my budget.
Right.
Thank you for asking that. Just want to let you guys know what the quotes were and to let you know that we have done the due diligence.
And I think the
Todd,
state,
that was two vehicles or one?
It's 2 vehicles at $50,100.92 each. And both vehicles were in the budget and for 60,000. So we do have enough in the budget. There is a local match for 20%, the total. And that will come out of the general fund, but it comes out of funding that was acquired through reimbursement. And I'll be using the money from Gobi's reimbursement for the travel we've done for medical.
So how does the trade-in work?
So the trade-in, I did not include in this because I was not sure which vehicles right until the end that I was going to use.
Okay,
I knew I was gonna use the one with the 200,000 miles. The trade-in will be take off of this number. So whatever trade-in they do give us for each vehicle will come off the $50,000. And I figured that number was gonna be the same no matter who I traded it in with, so I did not include it in my math.
Do you know what the trade-in value?
I do not. I do not. They did tell me that they very well will be interested in the 2018 with 200,000 miles. I don't know what value I'll get.
So this is a maximum number
Yes.
Yes.
that it could be, which is gonna be less than that. Okay. It's a very important program.
I think that,
Thank you.
doesn't the state get kind of sticky after a while about age and miles on vehicles?
They do. They do. But one of the reasons we've been able to use the Toyotas, even though they don't qualify for the American made program, is because the mileage is so much better and the reliability of the vehicles is so much better. Not during my parlance, because the price of the Dodges have been removed before, but we had a number of Dodges, especially the ADA vehicles, that were not holding up. And we've only had one Toyota that's given us some problems. So we were able to go with Toyotas again, and the biggest part is I didn't say these two vehicles will be hybrids. The two vehicles are replacing are not. So we will be increasing the mileage to approximately 36 miles a gallon on both of these vehicles. The Siennas, which are non-modified, they are regular Siennas, they were coming in at about 27. So we are improving mileage by going with the hybrids. We have looked at the research for the all electric. And because of our travel requirements being, sometimes those trips are 10 hours. 3 hours out, delay, waiting for the patient, and then 3 hours back, the medical appointment. Trying to have a vehicle stop in the middle of that, an all electric vehicle, and try and charge. We could have drivers out for 12 to 15 hours. We're not doing that. So right now, the infrastructure is not in place for those vehicles to go that far. So we are making the attempt to go green as much as we can for ODOT with the hybrid vehicles.
Yeah, amazing, the mileage they get.
And the other thing I was researching, because next I'll be coming and talking to you guys later about a different set of vehicles, one vehicle, the ADA adaptions. They cost more money than the actual vehicle does in the case of the Sienna, which is amazing to me. But what they don't do is they don't affect the mileage on the hybrids. They've proven that the mileage stays at 36 miles per gallon. So pretty impressive stuff.
Right.
So really today is just informative. The funding is already available and in place. I just wanted to let you guys know that I had gone for the 3 quotes after I worked with ODOT, got everything set up,
Okay,
and that's what we got.
and we also have the motion.
Yeah.
Commissioner Wilkins, you're removed from us. I just want to make sure if you had any other questions, you can ask.
I
them.
don't. I don't.
Okay,
Okay, I'll move to approve the purchase of the 2026 Toyota Grand Highlander hybrids from Rogers Toyota in the amount of $50,192 each. And to authorize the public transportation director to execute the purchase agreements.
I'll second the motion.
it has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? No discussion, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
time today.
Maybe you can update us later on what the trading value was.
Yes.
I
would you
will do
please?
that, yes.
Uh-huh.
I will update you guys completely on the final price for both vehicles.
Yeah.
But again, thank you for the time.
Strengthens the program. Thank you.
We want reliability for the folks we think.
Yes. Okay. This meeting has gone quick. There wasn't a lot on the agenda this time. There will be in future meetings. 7.0 announcement, next meeting. First of all, I just want to say that our next meeting is going to be held at the Rock Creek Community Center, not the Grunquist building. We received confirmation that we're going to hold the meeting there, so we're excited about that. Change of scenery. Yes. Rock Creek Community Center, we're going to have mobile Starlink will be our virtual access. See how this works, and then later on in the summer, perhaps, we're gonna reach out to Lone Rock and see if we can have a meeting in Lone Rock as well. Okay, and we also, announcements, next meeting, have a budget committee meeting, which is the 13th of April. So that's when our budget committee meeting will be held.
It's at 8:30, right?
Yeah. Okay. Commissioners, go ahead, Commissioner Wilkins.
Yes, after our last court meeting, attended Norcor meeting on the 19th, and we're rolling into our budget like everybody else here coming up. I get a sense that I think all of the counties involved they're taking a very hard look at the juvenile facility. Like I say, we're facing some challenges with the Norcor and the funding and sustainability, and but I think everybody's still really looking at that study that was done and recommendations. But anyway, did a lot of talk, and I'm sure there's going to be quite a bit about it coming up at our next meeting on April 16th. I told you I met with Mr. Stice, Nate, on 25th. We've covered that. 26th, I attended the county road committee meeting, and our roadmaster gave his overview of everything that was done for the last year. There was some questions, kind of, I would say the consensus of the road committee, they would like to see the county pave more roads. And they even kicked out possibly us trying to come up with a couple more positions. But like Dewey said, they're meeting again here in about 3 months, I think. We're kind of in a interesting part now with Cedar Springs Bypass Road work coming up. Like I say, Dewey's got the crusher staying ahead of them dialed in, so they have rock. Money. If money was not an issue, we could do a lot of these things. But like I say, their consensus, they would really like to see us try to pave more roads. And I know that Dewey said, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, with the Cedar Springs bypass, he's going to recover that asphalt on the old Cedar Springs Road. And he's looking to finish paving up on Upper Rock Creek, Lower Rock Creek areas. I think he's already got a place for some of that. But anyway,
So we're
I
removing that
listened.
asphalt. Okay,
What's that?
we would remove and take the asphalt from the old road.
Yes, that
Okay.
was, and they're okay with that. Waste management, they're looking for more rail lay down, but I think Dewey's already got a place to recycle that asphalt. So, but anyway, in a nutshell, like I say, the road committee, they'd like to see us pave more roads. And but like I say, this might not be the time, especially with oil cost. But anyway, that was kind of their consensus, and possibly trying to come up with a couple more positions. But Dewey's pretty well dialed in right now. But it's just conversation that we're still. I think we need to still look down the road and see about it. I did speak to him about the fair office. They were wanting some rock from the county. But I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he contacted Dewey, but he didn't know how much. And Dewey wanted to know how much rock they were looking. I don't know if Commissioner Watkins, anything on the amount, or Sheriff Betancourt, he might. I don't know if anybody's heard any amount, but they need to get back to Dewey with the how much gravel they're going to need and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna be near the amount that they had to do for the event center, cause they lifted the event center. And
Right.
this is, they're gonna dig out on it, so.
Might not be as much, huh?
I don't think so, and
Okay.
it's not near as big as the. You know, event center, so, but
Okay.
I can, we have a fair board next Wednesday, I can ask.
Okay. Yeah, we just need to get that communicated to Dewey. He just didn't want to give the go ahead until he knew for sure.
How
But
much?
anyway, also on the 27th, March 27th, I met with Commissioner Walter Chuck from Lincoln County. And I think that we have 6 or 7 other people attended. Anyway, we did a tour with Alan Anderson, the regional manager out there, and they were very impressed with the layout, how everything is done, and I believe some of the counties over there, they're possibly might be running out of landfill space for their current situation. So anyway, it was good. They were impressed, and great day. And I think that's it. And I'm in Morrow today for the TC Energy tour. That's it.
Good. Thank you. Commissioner Watson?
So I had a CAPCO meeting, March 27th, and they were talking about trying to reach out to. The people here in Gilliam County, and I suggested, and I don't know if they got a hold of Anya. About adding maybe something into, cause the newsletter goes out to all the
Yeah,
box holders, doesn't it?
it'll probably be later this spring.
Okay. So, anyway, I sent your email to Paula Hall, the
Okay.
executive director up there, so.
So would that be for an informational meeting or access for the?
It'd be for people to get information to be able to go to CAPCO for energy assistance and weatherization, and they just don't have as many participants in Gilliam County. They're getting more in Wheeler County now that they have some people that.
So would this be a one-time thing or them being on a schedule and coming out here?
Well, I think they were gonna try to get some interest
Oh, okay,
here in Gilliam County
good.
for it, so.
Mhm. I think that would help a
Yeah.
lot.
Especially, you know, people that can get money to help pay with their electric bills in the winter time, and will they get into the program, and.
Advertising the newspaper for them to do, that would be helpful, right?
But they were talking about thinking about doing a mailer, and I said, well, we have that newsletter that,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
goes out to all them,
Mm-hmm.
so,
We also have social media. We also have the website.
yeah.
So, okay. Good.
Oh, another thing is on, so then, Renewable Northwest is going to have a meeting on, trying to find the date, April 16th.
Sorry, Sabrina just commented that Capco used to come out every fall, but they didn't come out this year, and so she helped people with energy assistance.
Okay.
So, sorry to interrupt.
But if we could, and even if we put in a newsletter, reach out to,
To Sabrina.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, on April 16th, they're gonna have a 101 about battery energy storage
Oh, good.
systems. Their speaker is David Rains, and he has national experience explaining battery systems to non-engineers. So the goal is for all of us to come away with some basic knowledge about the components and how they
Right.
work together, so I'm gonna sit through that on.
Is it
April
virtual?
16th. Yes.
Okay.
I can send you the
Do-
link if you're interested. And
We
watch
need
it.
to learn more about that part of it.
Yeah,
So, or you can report to us what you learn.
okay, well,
Take good notes.
I'll send the link to
Okay.
Anya, and then she
Great.
can send it on to you guys.
Sounds good.
So
Good.
that's it, that's all I have.
Good. Okay, we had, of course, the meeting with Nate Stice, regarding, we discussed the Cedar Springs Road. I didn't meet with any other commissioner, just myself and Nate. He met with Commissioner Wilkins separately. We discussed Cedar Springs Road wetlands and also housing solutions, just the housing situation, and just brainstormed. The study, what might work for us, maybe setting goals for a certain number of houses each year, that's attainable, and how would you get there, those types of things. He's really great at helping work through how to get from an idea to maybe bring it to fruition. I have a meeting with MCEDD, Executive Director, today at 1 o'clock to talk about next steps for joining with the new announced boundary change. We've been working on the budget. I'm gonna look at the Brooklyn's draft today, most of the afternoon, and we've worked together, and she's worked very, very hard on it. She's done a great job. Union negotiations will be starting soon. So that's forthcoming. Senator Merkley's town hall is tomorrow at 2:45 in Burlington. The OGET Statement of Economic Interest is due April 15th for anyone who has to file that. All three commissioners have to, for did it already, okay. Received some very good news from the Conant Early Learning Center that they have received word that they've received another $200,000, which I don't want to speak for them, and it sounds like if they haven't met their goal, they're very, very, very close. So it sounds like they may have met their goal, so they can put the expansion over the finish line now. This morning,
They just have to work on the interior now.
Yeah. The outside seems to be finished, and it looks like they have sheetrock up. I don't know if it's all of the sheetrock, but so regarding the $55,000 a year for each childcare from Avangrid, the community benefit agreement has been sent to Lori Westmeyer from Cable Houston, the attorney who worked on the original pilot and the original community benefit agreement. She has reviewed it and it came back with minimal changes, so that's moving forward, and I hope we have a draft by the next meeting so that we can sign those agreements and have some commitments for the two child cares. So that's exciting. So a lot of things are moving forward, and there's some momentum in a lot of different ways. We have a budget committee meeting on the 13th of April. As I said, the next meeting of the county courts, the Rock Creek Community Center, will be held at the Rock Creek Community Center, and that's on the 15th of April.
Tax day.
Yeah. We did get word that our 911 director has given notice, which sometimes we feel like, oh wait, everything's going great. Then you get news like that, and that's a bit of a setback, but she's having to make a personal choice. The other thing that's happening in April is on April 9th, we're having the property auction. That will be held at 5 o'clock on the courthouse steps. There will be 3 properties. It will be the property, which is a house on Court Street. It will be 11 acres on Cottonwood and a small piece in the Lone Rock.
Which
So
one is it?
April 9th at 5 o'clock p.m. And I have one more question for you that I forgot to ask. The Condon Youth Baseball is doing a fundraising drive right now, asking for donations. I don't know if we're interested in providing any funding or not. You might have more experience with those types of things.
Have we donated to them in the past?
No. I mean, I don't know. So
I would suggest to them to apply for,
special projects.
yeah.
I
Cause if
was
you
thinking
do,
about that.
so what kind of fundraiser are they planning on having?
They're doing some sort of a fundraiser where if you can have purchase a banner for like $350.
Oh,
that kind of a
same
thing.
letter.
Mhm. Yeah. But they could apply for special projects for it.
Yeah, if they have things that are going on.
I think that's what they should do too. I think we just be careful we don't open a door for if we did, is the only thing.
Yes, I agree. I
Yeah, because
understand.
in the past, cause I think I got the same letter and it's basically for sponsors and banners and stuff like that. And normally that's always been, you know, private businesses that have
Mhm.
done that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that's fine.
but if they have other needs,
Right.
then they could definitely apply for special projects and that would help with those. If they have legitimate things.
Mhm. Okay, sounds good. All right. Is there anything else? We're good at the
Hey,
order?
the only thing I have, and we all know I'm not a technical wizard. The Rock Creek Schoolhouse, they have
Right.
interconnection?
Yes,
Okay.
so just, I attended a party there, a birthday party, and there was something going on. It was actually National Finals Rodeo, so they brought in a mobile Starlink so that people could
Okay.
watch that wanted to. So I saw it actually work without glitches, so
Yeah,
I know that it can work, but Anya did talk to Marta.
yeah, Marta said mobile Starlink will be available.
And she has
Okay.
a need to get mobile Starlink.
All right. You know, I'm technical, so.
Well,
No, I'm
good question.
not.
I can't guarantee. Some of this is trial and error, so we're gonna see how it works, but it's amazing what Starlink could do. All right, is there anything else? All right, no further business. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you there.